This video provides a full demo of the Northern Computer SyncAnywhere hosted Sync platform. The platform is divided into two areas, the Organization tab and the My Files tab. Here we have the main administration dashboard. The dashboard is where you can set up organization policies, control what users can share in the system, and what folders they have access to. It's also where administrators can set up reports, activity logs, backup policies, and team shares. The typical user will not see this view, but instead will have available the My Files tab. This is where the employee would log in and view the files and folders that they are syncing to the cloud. In my system tray, you can see the current sync tool and the files and folders that are on my Windows hard drive. In the cloud view, you can see that the files I have on my local hard drive are the same and are synchronized. Let's create a new file in the SyncAnywhere folder on our hard drive. We'll make it a text document. When I make changes, the sync tool will continuously update revisions of the file to the cloud. The sync tool is smart enough to know what changes are made and will only update those changes. SyncAnywhere does not update the whole file, but updates just the binary changes in the file as they occur. So in my system view now, under the My Files tab, we can see that the file has been automatically updated from the version we created on the desktop. It is now synced to the cloud, and I have access to this file on all my devices, including iPhone, Android, Macintosh, or tablet. When I right-click on the file, you can see all the different menu options. One of the options is Revisions. As you recall, I made a couple changes to that file, and you can see those revisions here. I am able to restore the file from any of these points in time and to a different destination. One of the other options I have when I right-click on the file or folder is to share. This is an important aspect of SyncAnywhere. You can share a file or a folder with other users in a matter of seconds. A folder may have several gigabytes of data in it, and the sync tool will share this data with just a few mouse clicks. You can also password protect the share, and an email with password will be sent to the user. If the user is not in this system, a guest account will be created for them. The tool allows you to put an expiration date on the share and limit the number of times the file can be downloaded. Each person in the share will receive a unique link in an email. This is handy when you want to know when each user accesses the file. The system tracks all activity for every file. If a user uploads or updates a file, if a user shares a file, or if a user opens a shared file, it is logged. This is very useful for the organization to know when employees are opening, editing, and sharing company data with third parties. Another way to share files is not just sending links, but adding users in the system to a team share. Team shares are more collaborative. If two users are part of a team share, they can edit and collaborate on files in real time. One thing that makes SyncAnywhere very different from other sync products is it's designed to act as a service and not just run on PC, Mac, and mobile devices. SyncAnywhere can be installed on file servers and terminal servers. So if you have local file servers set up, you can install the agent directly on those file servers. If we pretend that the Sync Videos machine is our file server, what the tool will let you do is go in and enable any folder in the directory structure as a shared folder in the cloud environment. So the result here is that you are able to replicate files and folders from the server into the cloud. You are then able to take that shared directory and map that to different users or team shares that you want to have access. This again eliminates the use of a VPN or remote access. Users no longer need point-to-point connectivity. They can access their shared company files through the cloud. For the employees in the office, they still have access to the files through mapped drives or file shares. Let's now take a look at the organization settings. In here we can set up policies for the organization. We can set up a user quota, anything here from a gigabyte, terabyte, or even a petabyte. It's up to the company administrator. Another policy that we can set are excluded file settings. For example, you may not want employees to upload photos or videos that are not applicable to the company. You can block these or other file formats, such as executables. There are also other options in policies giving the administrator full control over the environment. For example, you can stop users from erasing old versions of revisions, or you can retain revisions of files for only a certain period of time. You can also restrict users from sharing files with others if you only want to use team shares that are set up by the administrator. Another feature is the ability to restrict bandwidth. This ensures that the up and down speed will not cause degradation in the network. You can also set times when this bandwidth throttle is in place. SyncAnywhere integrates with Active Directory and LDAP. If you have a company with lots of users, you do not have to go in and manually set them up. You can take all credentials from the domain controller and transfer them into the cloud. The SyncAnywhere platform gives complete control over which users can subscribe to which folders and common folders, also known as a team share. For example, in this team share, I can choose which of the following employees have access to the data. In this case, I'm going to allow these two users to have access to the folder. No other users in the system will have access unless allowed. So when I open up a synced folder on my desktop, I can see these team shares that the administrator has allowed. But it is even more granular than that. You also have the ability to control which user machines have access to the data. In some cases, you might have hundreds of gigabytes of data in the cloud, and you don't want all that data to show up on the user machine. No problem. Just give the user web-based access only. This means the user has to log into their web portal to view their data. SyncAnywhere also allows the use of WebDAV, so it looks like the folder is on their local drive, but it is actually in the cloud. It is a mapped drive. They don't have to log into the browser to view their data, and the folder is not consuming space on their hard drive. Back to the dashboard, you can see that you have full control over summary of all the users in the system, all the machines assigned, and revisions. You can see how much storage is used and allocated, activity, and bandwidth use and storage. From there, we can run a host of reports every week, month, or year, and fully automated. You can report on a wide variety of data depending on what you need. These are important metrics for the system administrator, allowing them to see how the system is consuming resources on the network. SyncAnywhere can also back up any folder on any machine. Simply select a folder on the machine, and it will perform a continuous backup into the cloud environment. This has been a demonstration of the SyncAnywhere hosted sync product. For more information, please contact Northern Computer.